Yeah, so here what we can do according to question, create table, record. Okay, now the columns are student ID. You can either put some value here or you can leave it. Okay, that's fine. Instead of number, we can put integer also, but integer will be only for the whole number. Like if you want to put some decimal value, it won't work. Okay, that's why I'm adding for full marks also. I'm adding number only. You can put integer also. Okay, because if it's not mentioned the data type, you can put what you think should be correct. That logically. I have not given any decimal here for now because this is full marks, not percentage. Okay, that's why. Let's create this. Yeah. So after the table creation, what today we are going to do DDL and DML. Okay. So we'll do some alter commands today. Also, if I when I say you the credential, what you all can do is you can create your own tables here with underscore your name. Okay, you can just put your name at the end and you can practice there. So let's go to the first alter command. So first let's go with renaming the table. Okay, syntax. Alter table, table name. Just a second. Yeah, okay. Okay, so for hour, we can just try to change. Rename to students. Okay, we can just do, let's see if it works or not. Okay, there's some mistake here. Let me check. It looks correct only. Meta table. Let me see. Uh, okay, just a second. It is saying that this table is not present. Oh, okay, okay, spelling mistake. So I added one S here, but while creation I have not added S. Okay, that's why it is not recognizing the table name. Put another name here. Okay, so now it is working. So what I have added here, it is student record. I have added one s in the both name. Okay, we can revert it back also, or okay. So this is how we can change the table name. Okay, any questions in this? uh, if no, we can go for another query. That one is so first table we are done, right? Now we'll come to the columns. Okay, so now columns, we have these three columns. Now if I want to add one more column, how can we do that? We again have to add command. Okay, adding a new column. Okay, so we can do it. First I will write syntax, then we can do. Okay, so while creating table, if you forget sometime any some important columns, and now if you have to add, you can do it using this one. Just follow the syntax. Students. Okay, this is the changed name. I'm using this name now. Okay, I want to just add address column. Okay, okay, okay. So now if we see, the columns, does not work in Snowflake, I think. Okay, so you can get here now. So now this first we had student ID, student name, full marks. Now this address column has been also added because we have added it through alter command. Okay, so this way you can check. And then after adding column, you can also drop the unnecessary column if you want. Then you can drop it. Okay. So suppose I have created a table and I don't want one column, which I think it's not necessary. I can just drop it. So syntax are almost same, okay? So if you remember syntax for one, you can do for all, okay? For alter, it's same only. So now I want to drop, suppose, say the newly added, this only, this address only I want to drop. Okay, how can we do? Table name. This is our table. Okay, so executed successfully. Again, we can run this. Now, if you see, only three columns are there: student ID, student name, full marks. Either you can use this describe table to check, or else you can do this also. Select command also. Okay, but better you can use your describe. It will give you all the details of data type and everything. Okay, see here also you can see only three columns. So this is, so we have learned, so far we have learned about renaming a table, adding column, dropping column. Okay, now renaming a column. Now let's do this alter. Okay, so you have to first write alter, then table, table name, rename, this one should be there. Okay, and column, which column you want to rename, that one to what is, should be the new name. Okay, so we are, let's change for student ID, let's change student roll number. Okay, let's change that. Table name. So if you again check, okay, now see student ID has been changed to student roll number. Okay, so this is how we do for the renaming the table columns. Okay, now one more is left, that is we can change, we can also change the data type. Okay, column name. Okay, uh, let's do for this full marks. Let's change it to integer. Okay. It's not working. It was working. Okay. So what mistake I was doing was this data type I was typing together. Okay. So let's check. Okay, so even if a small space mistake is also there, it will not work, right? So there was one alter also that I missed. Now we can check this data type is changed or not. So yeah, you can see here this one it will take as a number because but you can add here decimal. Okay, if I want I can add their decimal, though it is showing number, but now I can add the decimal value also. Okay, since I have not given any decimal value, it is not changed. I mean, it is not there. Sorry. What I was saying, I just said opposite. Now it will take whole number only. When it's number, then it will take the decimal value also. Okay, but when we check like this, when we just check like this, it will show number only for both. Okay, though the data type is integer for one. Yeah. So when we are using number, okay, and our say full marks is 79.8, we can insert this value. Okay, when you are using number data type, but when you are using integer, you cannot use this. You have to either put 79 or any whole number value. Okay, that is the difference. Yeah, so any question in this? If not, we I will give one query to write. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, Parul.
Yeah. So if no question, I will give one query to write. Okay. Okay, so this one is write a query to add new column to the existing table students record. Okay, so you can try this one for now, and even if it's wrong, it's fine because you have just learned this one. Okay, so only one query I will give for now. I'll put this in your chat also. And column you can select column data type. It's fine. You can select whatever you want to add. Okay. Yeah, Snowflake. This one page is visible. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we will quickly do DML now, where we'll insert data, delete data, and update data. Okay, we'll do it. So if you know, it will be a division for you all. Okay, that's fine. Insert. Let's see, to practice delete. We need to first insert data. Okay, so let's do insert into. You can directly write values. Okay, instead of writing column names. So what were the column names first? Let me check. We did some drop new column. That's okay. Student roll number, student name, and full marks. Student name we have to put in quotes because that is a string data type. Okay. Okay. So here you can see when we run this, we are getting this number of rows inserted 3. Okay. We can check using the select statement. Yeah. So now we have inserted the data. Now we can also insert data from another table also. Okay. So let me check here. We have students. Okay. We have data here or not? Okay, we have 4 columns here, so it will be null for one then. Okay. Okay. Let's see if it's possible or not. Yeah, it will not because column in students there are 4 columns. Okay. Okay, let me create one and I will show you. So now we will try to insert the data from this student's record to this student. Okay, so insert into, yeah, so three number of rows are inserted from. So first we had inserted data here, right? This one. Okay, this data. Now what we can do, we can if we have many columns, like large number of columns, and if you want to copy from another table, if you want to bring the data, instead of doing one by one, you can just copy from another table. We can also use where clause if you want to copy only certain data. Okay, you can use here also, where student number equals to 1. That means what will happen, only one data will be copied. Okay, so in this way you can do, just insert into, put the table name where you want to insert the data, and you can use select statement from the table from where you want to bring the data. Okay, and you can also use where clause if required. So in this case, in the students record we already had data. Now we can check in this student 2. Okay, here we have inserted data from students record. Okay, we can see same records are there. Okay, so in insert we have learned to do from another table also. Now let's try to do update and delete. Okay, yeah, now I want to change the marks for, suppose while doing entry, the marks for this person, this Anna has say 600, but mistakenly I have entered here 500. Okay, so in this case what we can do, we can update table name students REC, column name will be what, full marks, right, equals to say 600. Now if we if we'll not put the where clause, where it will insert. Okay, so this one is very important, you have to put where clause. Okay, student roll number equals to 1. Yeah, so it is updated, you can check also. So you can see now this marks has been updated to from 500 to 600. Okay, so this is how we can update the data. Now let's come to delete condition. Okay, so delete also, delete. Okay, first we'll do syntax, right, syntax here. Where clause, where condition also, here also we'll put where condition. Okay, delete from, I want to delete the third data. Okay, third number, student number 3. Where equals to 3. So if I'll not put the where condition, it will delete everything, all the data. Okay, that's why this one is important to put the where clause. Okay, number of rows is deleted. So we can just check from here. Okay, now two records are there. If we'll not add this one, what will happen? See, number of rows deleted to, there were two rows left. So now see, there are no data. Okay. So if we not add the where clause, there will be no data. If we'll do just delete from and the table name. Okay. So so that was what update, delete, and insert. Now we will do joins. Okay. So joins means combining the data from multiple tables. Okay. And there are certain rules for that joins, and we have syntax, proper syntax for that. And there are mainly four types of joins. Okay. So we'll learn all one by one. Inner join, then we have left join, right join, full outer join. We'll also learn one more, that will be cross join. Okay, this much. So for join, I have created table. Okay, table to practice. Just a second. Okay, this one. These are the two tables. Lois S. Okay. So this is our, I have created and added only 6 row here. Okay, so that it will be easy to understand when we practice. And then department also, only 6 row I have added. So let's start by first by inner join. So what does inner join means? Inner join means if we have two tables and we are trying to do the join, it will only select the matching data, matching rows. So how will it work? I will show you in detail. So let me reset it. Okay. Can you see my screen, the Excel sheet? Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So in sheet 1, this one, everything is done, but I will explain how to do here with one by one. Okay. So let's do for inner join. Inner join means the data will be all matching. Okay. So how will it work? First, I will explain, then we can go for the syntax. Okay. Okay. So if you have this, let me write syntax also sidewise. Okay. Columns, table 1, and on condition. Okay. This on condition means this one of your columns should be same column, same matching. Okay, like in this case, when I am giving example for employees and departments, this department ID column is same in both the tables, so at least one should be matched for the doing join. Okay, so now we can write, we can select column name also, but for now I am just selecting everything. This for alias. Okay, if you write alias, you don't have to write your table name again and again, that's why. On e dot, the column which is same, you have to put in the condition. Okay, e dot department id should be equals to d dot department id. Okay, and instead of this select asterisk, we can put the table names, sorry, the column names, whichever we want from which table we want. Like from employees, if you want few columns, you can add, and from departments also. But this is for all data we are doing. So this is the syntax. Now if we run this, what will happen? Just we can, I will explain you here. Okay, now it means only matching data. So matching data means like we are taking it like this. Okay, so let's do one by one. If we are taking this from employees table, I have added all the columns. Okay, and now this department id, we need to check here. See, we have department id here? We have, right? So this row will go here. Okay, like this. Again, because only matching we are taking. If it's not matching, that means if department id 20 is not present in department's table, that we are going to exclude that data. Okay, so this one is 30. Let's see here. The purpose of adding condition is that it should be equal. Okay, now this one also we got the data. Let's do for this one. Okay, now if we see 70, this department ID is 70. Here we don't have any data or any department ID data with 70. So what will happen now? Any guesses?
It's coming null.
No, no, we are not going to bring that data only, because it's just matching. That means that particular department ID should be in both the columns. Okay, that is why
Okay.
we are deleting that data. Only matching data we are going to take. Now for this one, for 10, we can again go and see here. We have 10, okay, in another column. Sorry, in another table. Now, for this one, 40, right? For 50 also we have. So altogether, this much will be your, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows will be there. Here I did something wrong in copying. Okay, so in inner join, apart from the data which are not matching, everything will come, like every matching data will come. So we excluded this data 70 because it was not matching, it was not in another table. Okay, let's run this and let's see we are getting same result or not. Just a second. D dot, oh sorry, alias I forgot. Now if we see here, See, we are getting this only 5 records we are getting, and if you say, check the department id, we are getting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, but we are not getting data for this 70. Why? Because it's not matching, it's not in both the tables. So the purpose of inner join is it should be matching only from both the tables. Okay, so this is the logic, and this is how we can get the data. Okay, now if you want to bring only few columns, like not all columns, you can just do like this: e dot employee id, e dot employee name, then you can put e dot department id, and for columns from departments table you have to put d dot. Okay, because we have kept this alias. If you not keep alias, you have to each and every time you have to write the full table name. Okay, so since you have put alias here, so you can put d dot and department name. Okay, in if you do this, it will show you the columns you have asked. So now you can see employee id, employee name, department id, department, only the columns which we have asked to display, that is being displayed. Okay, so this is about inner join. Now we'll come to left join. Inner join is clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's do left join. Now left join means whichever table we are taking as a left table, all the matching data should be from there, all the matching and non-matching data should be from there, from the left table, and only matching data should be from the right table. So how are we going to do? So let me just write it here. Okay, just copying the same. Okay, now here we'll put left join. Now let's see how it will work. So for this one, all matching and non-matching should be from left, so we can just copy all the data from the left table. Okay, we have kept employees as a left table, that's why. Now on the basis of this, we can select from the right table. Now for 20 department id, we have data, right? And if any data we are not having in this another table, we are going to put null for that. Okay, that is the logic here. For 50 also, for 10 also we have. Okay, so last time when we were doing inner join, we did not have any matching data for 70 in the departments table. So what we did, since it was an inner join, we deleted this data. But now since it's a left join, we are not going to delete this data. Instead, we can write here null. Okay, so in the left join, whether it's not matching, whether that data is that condition, that data is not present in another table, it's fine, we can still put the data from the table, left table, and right table we can put null value. Okay, so this is how left join works. Clear? Let's check from here also. So now if you see, number of rows are 6, but for this particular ID, this 70, we are having null values in the columns, okay, from the right table. So this is how left join works, and in the similar manner right join works, but just you have to have all the matching data from the right column, okay, right table. Just opposite, put it here. Left join is clear?
Yes.
Let's do right join now. For right join, okay, so first let's copy all this data from here, because we are not going to exclude even if it's not present in the left table. So okay, now on the basis of this we can check the right. So for 10 we have, okay, we have for here for 20, 30, both we have 40. Okay, 50 also we have. Okay, for 60, department ID 60, we need to search in the left table. So now if you see 60, we don't have 60 department ID here. But but since it's all from right join and only matching, you can put here null value if it's not present, okay? Like this. Okay, so this is the right join. Let's check from the, okay, from the query. Now you can see here for department ID 60, we have data from right table, but left we can see it's null value. Okay, so this is how it works. Now in a full outer, what happens, all matching and non-matching from both the tables, full outer, that means if you don't have data in the left or right, you can put null value there, but everything should be there, all the data should be there from left and right. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so these are the data which are matching, which are common. Okay, so we can just put it here. Okay, now there was one data which was not present in the left table, that was 70, right? For 70, what we can do, we can put null here. Okay, and for here from left we don't have 60 in your right table. For this we'll put null here. Okay, so in this way all the data are here, so the value if you don't have, we have null for that. Okay, yeah, so this is how it will work. Let's go, let's see here. Okay, now you can see here we have 7 records. Okay, so null is here for this particular value. Okay, and you can see 70 was not in the another table, so we can see null here. Okay, so we are getting same results whatever we did here. Okay, so this is how we can do full outer join. Now we have cross join. I will explain. Mostly these 4 joins are used. Okay, let me explain cross join. So cross join means um, like each data value from the left table, it will match with, it will try to bring the data from all the tables, like Cartesian product you can see from the right table. With example I'll explain just a second how it works. So if you have 6 columns, 6 row in right left table and 6 row in the right table, so how if you do cross join there will be 36 number of rows. Okay, so let me just write here. You don't have to put any condition, even though it's not matching it will take. Okay, how it works, let's see here. First of all, let's take one data from here. Okay, now how many rows are here? 6. We'll take all this data. Okay, so for one data we have this much, we can put all this, and this left, this one we are going to copy it 6 times. Okay, okay, so like this cross gen will happen, like for one data you can put it 6 times, and you can put it with the different columns, how number of columns, number of rows you have from another table. So this is how it will appear. Okay, now again for another data, another row. Okay, again you can put it. Okay, and this one you can again copy. Yeah, so this works like this for like there are 6 row here, and six row here. For all these six row, one row you have to put data with this one, write all the row. Again for second row same like that. So total, if you'll do this way, total 36 number of rows will appear. Okay, let's check from here. Okay, from I have missed. Employees as departments. Okay, spelling mistake. Now if we see here, let me expand it. So you can see 36 number of rows. So see 401 we have, okay, and for again 101 we have another. Okay. So if you see here, let me just filter it out. Okay, let's filter it out for one. So we can understand. Now if you see this, now see this one, this value is repeated 6 times. Okay, with these values from the left table. So this is the Cartesian product, and all combinations will be there. All combinations from both the table will be there. Okay, so this is how it works. Yeah, so that's about joins.